What's up? This is my new student dialogue video blog vlog, as I like to say. Um, we'll try to keep this to the minimum. Um, were there any active voices in your dialogue? Please explain. There was actually a lot of active voices in my dialogue. I think that I think that a lot of people sign up for it because it interests them. So whenever something interests you, I think you really have a strong view on it. I think, yeah, like I said, it was something that a lot of people were interested in or had like experience with. So they all voiced their opinions pretty well. I know for a fact there was at least 3 or 4 people who constantly talked, including myself. So yeah, there was a lot of active voices. Were there more reserved voices in your dialogue? Please explain. Yes, there were people who didn't really expand on their like views. They just maybe threw in a word or two here. I think it was also a sensitive subject for a lot of people. I could tell by the way the participants reacted to certain questions and stuff. It was a sensitive subject, but we knew that going in. So as always, there's going to be your active voices and your reserved voices. Um, what role did you play in your group? Why? I played the role of the person who was real with people. Um, I, I remember specifically a question was asked. Do we think that um, racism or no, do we think that we will ever get to a point where we will stop judging people? And I said no. And if anyone says that they don't do that, then they're a liar. But that was just my view. And you know, I didn't hold anything back. I told what I thought and what I believed and why, and it led to some interesting discussion. So, I played a pretty vocal role in the group. I just wanted people to see how I thought and why. So, I think this dialogue is a component of this Library 100 course because this whole course I think is designed to just get you out of your comfort zone, get you eased into talking, college work in general, and it's a good way to meet people, which I know isn't the main thing, but b delve into some topics that are going to be touched on in college and life, the rest of your life. These are all things that racism, social class, all things that are going to affect you later on in your life, and being able to talk to people without necessarily debating with them or arguing with them is also always a useful tool to have in your arsenal, so to say. Um, did I see my dialogue as a useful tool in my university experience? Sure. It opened eyes as to not everyone thinks the same as you. Everyone's gonna have different views. They're not necessarily gonna be something you like or don't like, but you gotta hear them out. Um, sorry guys. They're there. The people are there and their viewpoints are there, and you just gotta live together. You can come to a general consensus sometimes, or you'll just disagree, which is both fine. Um, let's see. I got about a minute left. Oh, do I feel that my group achieved true dialogue? Or why not? I do. It was like once we got to a certain point in the dialogue, at first everyone was quiet, but once we got to a certain point, ideas, thoughts, views were just flowing out. There wasn't any criticism coming along. There was, a view and then countered with someone else's view, but no like real arguing or debating, which made the conversation flow nicer, and people really, they kind of opened up after a certain point, which is good to see. You want to see people feel comfortable in an environment to where they can just talk to strangers sometimes, and I think that's really what, as I go back to the other question, that's what Lib 100, also plays a part in, is just being comfortable talking, working with strangers, people you don't necessarily know, just to benefit you or the group in general. Um, any other questions? I enjoyed it. I think there was like a lot of. I expected to just get down to it, start a conversation and just a dialogue, go back and forth, talk to people. But a lot of it was extra stuff that I didn't really enjoy as much. I enjoyed the actual dialogue more than anything. But I guess you kind of need to have like a build up and then a dialogue. You can't just have a dialogue. But it was good. I enjoyed it. Lib 100 is a interesting course, and that's it. We're at 5:55. I will see you later.